Hey guys, it's your girl Robert Deniro. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another vlog. I'm finna head out. I'm trying to think if I want to take the camera. I might just do that. I need to put on some earrings and head out. Look at this, it's getting worse. But that's not what we're here for. When I get outside, I'm gonna do a fit check. It's a very plain, simple outfit, so yeah. But finna go to my grandmother's house. Walk down the block. It's hot out, as it should be. Peace out. All right, y'all, so I'm back. I'm about to show y'all my elementary school. I live in Clinton Hill. I live right by Pratt Institute. This is Pratt. This is where they used to have Colgate, where I used to run track. Like the kid races, like baby races, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and then people who still run in their 60s. Yeah, they was competing too. I'm gonna show you I'm at elementary school. Hold on. I'm in the sun. Is there anybody behind me? No. This is my elementary school. Right there. Yeah, I graduated from elementary school 2009. And let me tell y'all, I feel like my elementary school was one of the best schools ever. My mother was a PTA president while I was in elementary school. But you know how certain schools have those ceremonies? We used to have those all the time. We had like Christmas ceremony, St. Patrick's Day. My mother even dressed up as Santa Claus one day. What else did we do? We had a glow in the dark ceremony where they had people, because they used to be in Times Square all the time, but I have not seen them in so long. But there used to be people who like did the puppets. They performed at the school. We used to take trips, elementary school, like camping trips. Oh, that bird scared the holy shit out of me. We used to take camping trips to the museum, go to Split Splash, Hershey Park. We used to do all that stuff. And then when I got to middle school, I seen the difference, because we really didn't do all of that. I think maybe like my last year of middle school, we had to like kind of like beg them. Like we went ice skating, but it was mad warm for us to go ice skating. And then we went to this museum. We had a school bus, and then we went somewhere for it was like a senior trip at elementary school. For our senior trip, we went to Washington D.C. and we spent the night. And when I tell y'all, we raised, like, I don't even know how they went about getting us to go to Washington D.C., but we took the coach bus. Everybody woke up early. Bus was right at the school. Everybody, because I went to school with everybody in the neighborhood that I lived with. We all kind of grew up together. So we had to be there for a certain time, maybe like 5, 7 o'clock in the morning. We got on that bus. And you want to know what's so crazy? While us being at Washington, D.C. for our senior trip, the museum we was about to go to, I don't know if it was the Holocaust Museum, whatever museum was, but they had an active shooter inside there, and we was just literally about to go over there. I'm gonna be right back. And then, so we didn't go to the museum because of the situation, but we went on this. We was just getting off this like we had like different little excursions to do out there. We was all in different groups. It was just the 5th grade group. It was like 3 5th grade classes. And we was split up with different teachers, with chaperones that came. My group, we went on a duck boat. The duck boat. It was a car that went into the water. And let me tell you something. This one girl I used to be friends with, we was sitting on a duck boat. A bird was flying over the thing. And it, like, she was talking, in the middle of her talking, the bird pooped and it went on her mouth. That was the most craziest shit that ever happened to me, like that I've ever seen. I'm like, nah, I've never seen that before. And even when we went to like on the trip for senior trip, to DC for senior trip, we got to pick who we wanted to room with and stuff. I think I got to room with one of the girls that I chose, but 2 other girls, no. They was put because the other girl came with her mom, or her mother didn't come, but a chaperone that stepped in for her mom came and she had to stay in the room with her. But yeah, it was such an experience. But we did more at elementary school than I ever did in middle school. Even though middle school was more fun, more freedom, because my mother wasn't there. Even though I wasn't getting into trouble, well, I did have a fight in middle school, but that wasn't my fault. The girl was egging it on. The girl who I thought was my friend was egging it on. And the girl who wasn't my friend, who was trying to fight me, she just came at me first. I'm like, oh, I gotta do my due diligence and whoop her ass. Like, what the fuck? I had to. But yeah, and then high school came around. We ain't going on no trips. We went somewhere for senior trip. That's it. Probably took a trip to the botanical garden, which was across the street from the school, which was stupid as fuck. But it is what it is, I guess. It's so hot. I'm about to cross the street. So I'll be back. Alright, y'all, so obviously I'm back home. Once I put the camera back in my bag, I did not take it back out, which I could have, and I know I was supposed to do a show y'all my outfit, but I told you I was real simple. White shirt, well, this is obviously yellow because I'm in my pajamas, but I had on a white shirt, some jean shorts, and my New Balances. Real chill. But I met up with my sister downtown. We went to, where did we go? City Point. She went and had her some food from this, I don't know if it was, because they have many different places to eat. It's like so many places, and there's like a Chinese store, Vietnamese store, probably a Korean store. I don't know exactly what it was that she had. Maybe Chinese food. She had salmon, but see, I don't even know because I didn't look at the name. I should have looked at the name. But she had salmon with rice and some vegetables. She said it was good, and they put some type of sauce. Like, I like sauce, but I'm not a saucy type of person. It has to be a specific type of sauce. Even though she said duck sauce and soy sauce, everybody duck sauce and soy sauce don't taste the same. So she asked me if I wanted to try it. I was like, no. And then she had her a margarita mix with Mexican punch. It was like a frozen drink. 2 different types of liquors mixed into one. That was strong. I only had a sip of hers, but yeah, no. But I had me some buff patty, Caribbean food, white rice, curry chicken, cabbage, and plantain. I haven't had that in so long. What I originally wanted to get was the jerk chicken, but I gotta be mindful because nowadays, like, even though I used to eat the spicy stuff all the time and the same thing used to happen, but for some reason my stomach hurt a little bit more than it did before. So I might be good off the spicy foods. Like, when I used to eat Chipotle, I used to get rice, white rice, chicken, corn, the white rice, chicken, corn, mild, that's the tomatoes and stuff, spicy, cheese, lettuce. I used to get all of that, and the spicy stuff used to make my stomach hurt real bad. I think that might have been the only spicy stuff that make my stomach hurt. Oh, and I just recently started putting jalapenos on my sandwiches. But it's like, when you have something sweet, because I get, like, on my sandwiches, it's like Sausalito's with lettuce, tomatoes, sweet peppers, onions, jalapenos, salt, pepper, oil, vinegar. Like, that is OD. oldie. I haven't gotten that in a while, but I used to get a sandwich from this place called Farm in the Deli, but across the street by my house, they have this sandwich called Firehouse. It's, yeah, Sausalitos, jalapenos, hot sauce, and I got honey mustard with lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper jack cheese. My mouth is watering. That shit was so good. But I ain't really. Is my hair wet? Why is oh? I'm like, why is my hair wet? I just realized I forgot that I was touching my hair and had water on my hands. I'm like, what is? I'm like, is there a leak in my room? No. But I'm not really doing nothing. I'm trying to find a show to watch. Well, actually, I was watching something on YouTube. Life as Neat. You know, y'all probably know her. Life as Neat. That's her YouTube name. I was watching her. She was like cook with me and my mom, and they was answering questions and stuff. But then I was also making a bunch of TikTok videos, asking people a bunch of stuff about shows, giving people a list of shows they could watch, like on HBO, Apple TV, Netflix. Well, not really Netflix because it's nothing really good. The shows that were really good came out in like 2022. Like I was talking about the show Echoes. I don't know her name, but I know her name is Michelle. I don't know how to pronounce the actress name is Michelle. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. That's what I'm going to say. She played identical twin sisters, Lenny and Gina. And I'm sure some of y'all watched that show when it came out. But I say that show was a 10 out of 10. Because Lenny tried to make it seem like Gina was the unstable twin when in reality it was Lenny. Like, I get it. Lenny watched her father put their mother out of misery, but as a child, you're not going to see it that way. Well, as they got older and the father explained it, then it made sense. But when she watched that happen in front of her eyes, like she walked in to the bathroom, like she was hearing something. She was hearing like some, I don't know how it sounds when somebody is being drowned in a tub, but she was hearing some type of commotion going on in the bathroom, and she walked to the bathroom. I think they was like 6, 5, 6, or maybe 7. Real young, real young. Something that'll be ingrained to your brain, and you will remember it and keep processing it as something bad. But either way, she watched that, but the father saw her, but he didn't realize that it was Lenny, but instead he thought it was Gina. So he called her Gina, and from that moment on, they started switching places. And even then, when their sister, because we know that their sister was paralyzed, but then we didn't really find out why she was paralyzed until that one episode where it was like Lenny was the one that pushed her, but she lied and said it was Gina. So the sister had resentment. She didn't like being around Gina. Like, she did not like Gina because Gina intentionally pushed her, and which made her paralyzed and stuff. But meanwhile, Gina wasn't there. Lenny was. And Lenny pretended that it was Gina. So every year on their birthday, they would switch out as they got older. And then Gina had a husband who figured out that they were switching. But instead of confronting her about it, he wrote a book on it. And Gina realized that he knew they were switching, and he was writing a book on it because she found the book and started reading it. But it was like, why not communicate and talk about it? And then one day, it was like Lenny went missing. No, was it Lenny? Yeah, it was made because this year, I think it was like their 40th birthday. Their 40th birthday, Lenny switched to be Gina. Because Gina was the twin that really she didn't have no kids. She was living this lavish life with her husband. Basically, a responsibility to be with her husband, not really any responsibility because they was child free. They got to do whatever they want, spend however much they wanted. Whereas Lenny, she was like a a wife who lived on a ranch with her husband, had 2 kids. I think she had 2 kids. I don't remember if she had 2 kids or one. But then she just didn't come home. So Lenny, the real, was like, she answered the phone. It was like, Lenny's missing. But it was Lenny who answered the phone. So when she came home, she like had to pretend like it was her. And she just randomly came, what you call it? I think she unalived the horse or hurt the horse or something like that to make it seem like she fell off the horse in an accident or something like that. Because they will also call each other to let each other what's going on so that when they switch back, they could keep up and keep track of time or milestones and stuff like that. And another reason why they started switching places because Lenny really didn't want to be a mom because of her mental issues. All that trauma from when she was a child progressed more as she got an adult, and then she had kids, but she really didn't want to have kids. Like she didn't feel like she was the motherly type. So I think she pressured, if I remember, she pressured Gina into switching because I think they had stopped switching and then they started switching back because Lenny pressured her into doing it so she could feel free from the kids once a year. That's what that was. And then Gina got tired of it. She left because she didn't really, I don't think Gina even really wanted to be married to her husband. I don't even remember his name, but he played Mecca in Power Book 2, Tyreek. He played Mecca. Like she really wanted to be married, but that's not who she wanted to be married with. They had a boy that they grew up with that they liked, but remember, was that something else? No, it was the same. Yeah, it was the same thing. I think Gina lost her virginity to him, but Lenny always wanted what Gina had because Gina was so carefree and she was more free-spirited and stuff like that. So she pretended to be Gina to do the same thing with that boy. And I think his name was Dylan. Yeah, I think his name was Dylan. And Gina didn't like that because it's like he thinks you're me. So now you doing it with him and I'm doing it with him. We are two different people. We're not doing it the same way. So he knows something is different. And I think he might have found out and he tried to get Gina to run away with him. But then I don't think she ever really, she ran away with him, but then he went missing and then he turned up. And then cops got into it and the cop knew what was up because it's like they came back to town. They was always in trouble, but Gina was the one that was always in trouble. And meanwhile, Lenny was doing things to make it seem like it was Gina. Are y'all following me? I hope I'm explaining it to the best of my ability because this shit was so long ago. I have not even rewatched the show. I be feeling like those type of shows, when you watch it, you get it the first time. It don't hit the same when you watch it again. But I'm going to try to rewatch it when I go back to school. I don't want to rewatch it yet. I be needing a whole bunch of shows to watch when I'm at school to keep me occupied while I'm writing these papers. Because like I said, I'm going into my last year of grad school and we got to finish out with a bang. This will be my last first day of grad school. Remember how people be doing that in high school? My last first day of high school. Wow. Once I graduate from grad school, it's serious. I'm hoping that I can come out of grad school with a good paying job. Like, because obviously I still have to get my license and I need to have a job so I can pay for that license. Like, what? I need to have a good paying job. And I also need to figure out, like I know what life coaching is, but I need to really study it down because I did do an interview for this this fellowship program, and that's supposed to be like a internship. So if I go back to school, I have an internship that's 15 hours a week, and you'll get a stipend for that and stuff. So I really need to make sure I understand what life coaching is, and I'm supposed to have like 10 clients a week and stuff and keep up with them. And I'm also supposed to be like, because it's like a mentorship too, so I'm gonna have a mentor, and they're gonna keep up with me and keep up with the progress that I've been doing. And then if I know that they said that if I want to get my license and what I'm doing now, then they will what's that word? Unless I read that on a website, and that's what was told to me. They would, what's the word? I don't know if they said they would do the fee for me or like something in that area. I think y'all know what I'm trying to get at, but I really can't think of the word. Like, I don't know. My brain is farting right now. Brain fart. I said my brain is farting. But yeah. I don't know. But back to the show. That show was so good. And I feel like they could have gave us a season 2 because Gina ended up getting away from Lenny. They was fighting and Gina jumped off the cliff into the water, and then she made it to the airport. Like, she was literally trying to get away from Lenny because Lenny was the unstable one, which made everybody think it was Gina because she kept lying and saying that it was Gina. And then she kept saying, "You trust me?" But it's like, why would you even do something like that? Why would you want to make people think that your sister is crazy when you are the one with the mental struggles? That's just like how it was on that first season of Truth Be Told. That first season was goated. What? Season 1 was goated. Season 2 and 3 was good, but season 1 was goated. Because like that whole storyline, they put the wrong person in jail for unaliving, because it was a set of twins, Josie and Lainey. They put this one guy away for unaliving Josie and Lainey's father, when Josie was the one that did it. But Josie was the one that had a crush on the guy that went to jail. And he was at the house that night, but he didn't do anything. But he in the house at the time, I think he was there, but then he left, and then it happened. But Josie was the one that unalived her father because she thought, she was told by her twin sister Lainey that the father was abusing her. So you put your sister in a situation and you had her. That was insane within itself. Wow. Season 1 was so good. I was so mad when they canceled Truth Be Told. But yeah, no, that don't make no sense. I can't say that. I was sick when I read that it was canceled. I'm like, if they did have a season 4, what in the world were they going to talk about? I mean, well, they could have took down the whole operation of the trafficking thing with Marcus' daughter. I don't remember what the wife name was, Marcus' wife name was, but I know that their daughter name was Trinity. Trinity had a boyfriend, and he unfortunately trafficked her. And they went to a school. Gabrielle Union played the principal, and it just so happens that the people who trafficked Trinity was the same people who trafficked the principal. And she knew, like, and she was able to connect the dots. Season 3 was good, but season 1 was goated. Season 1 was a 10 out of 10. Every single time I watch a show, I always say the show is a 10 out of 10. I always say that. But it's like, the shows be so good, how could I rate it low? How could I rate it low? And all I watch is thrillers, psychological thrillers, mystery thrillers, sci-fi, horror, all those type of things. That's all I do. And when I watch scary movies, I like to sit there and try to do a psychological assessment. I try to be like, he looked like he got an antisocial disorder. He looked like he got multiple personality disorder. It's another one. Bipolar disorder. It's so many disorders that I be trying. I'm like, let me see if. I wish I had the DSM-5 book, because if I had the DSM-5 book as I'm watching a movie, I could better make sense and and properly diagnose them with the book. Because I just be throwing stuff out there. Because it be feeling like all of them got antisocial personality disorder. I'm like, that's how doing it. Isn't that how it start? Or personality disorder, like Michael Myers. I did an assessment on him. I forgot where I put it. I probably deleted it, honestly. But you know what movie I did a really good job at diagnosing? The movie with Robert De Niro and Dakota Fanning. And I probably said this before in one of my other vlogs. But what that movie was called Hide and Seek. And in the movie, Robert De Niro played a psychiatrist. And he wasn't aware of the fact that he had multiple personality disorders or something like that. He wasn't aware of that because one of his character that he changed it to name was Charlie. And every single time something happened in the house, the daughter would be like, he would blame the daughter, and the daughter would be like, no, it wasn't me, it was Charlie. But the daughter knew who Charlie was. Like, she always knew it was her father. But she realized that if she told him in that moment, it could trigger something. So, but I wish that, because they had two, or you know, in some movies they got alternative endings. I feel as though at the end of the movie they ended it on a good note, that when she drew a picture, because every single time she drew a picture, she drew two people, but it was supposed to be one. Like, she drew a person with two heads. But she would never explain who Charlie was. She would just be like, Charlie, because she knew if she said who Charlie was, oh, that's your dad. We got to get you up out this house. And it's like, what the hell is that? Sticking me. But I wish that at the end of the movie, they would have ended the movie with the daughter having the same disorder as her father. So that means, ooh, damn, because Dakota Fanning is in her 30s now. So they could have very much so did a hide and seek too. Oh, Charlie died though. The father passed away in hide and seek, and then she got sent with, I don't know if it was the neighbor or somebody who she got sent. I didn't literally just watch the movie. I watched it a couple months ago and stuff. But that was such a great movie. And I feel like if they did want to do a part 2, they could have had Dakota Fanning at 20, going into her 30s, just now getting into that stage of getting into that personality disorder. She probably could have had her own kid. You know, would have been a good play if she had a kid and had a boy and named him Charlie, and every single time she said his name, it triggered her. Or I wonder if, no, that's gonna be, no. Well, is that a genuine question? Because she could have been giving birth to her son, but in a whole nother different personality, where she remembered Charlie when she was a child and then named the baby Charlie. So she was stuck in a whole psychosis. Not gonna lie, that sound like a good freaking plot. Stuck in a whole psychosis after naming her son Charlie. And it's like, damn, I named my son Charlie after my dad, and Charlie was one of his personalities. And now I can't run from that. So now I have to fight my way out of this psychosis. Ooh. That sound lit. I don't know. If y'all watching this, if y'all seen hide and seek before, what I'm talking about right now, do that even sound like something y'all will watch? Because that actually does sound quite crazy. But that would make a good movie, bro. That would make a great movie. I need to talk to people who actually be sitting and watching these type of movies, because that actually sounds like something I will watch. And I can dissect that. You could literally talk about that in class. Because it's like, do you think she would ever come out of that psychosis? Do you think she would have to be put in a home with people with mental illnesses? Because if you're going to keep calling yourself, how much therapy should a person go through in order for them to realize that Charlie is no longer here and you're safe from Charlie? But if that was a pivotal time in your childhood where you was trying to stay alive and making friends with Charlie so he wouldn't hurt you, like Charlie unalived the cat, Charlie unalived the mother. Like I think she walked into the bathroom when her father was doing that, but he was Charlie. I think I'm gonna end this vlog here because I'm really going off the rails and I'm thinking too much. Like, I'm having fun with this. I don't know, y'all, but I'll see y'all in the next vlog. I'm probably gonna come up with something crazy in the next vlog to talk about. Okay? Peace out. Good night. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay? Purr.